Hi, I'm Greg, and welcome to my gregarious world. If you want to join us on our 51-day adventure in the South Pacific, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. Yorana! This morning, the Zandam arrived in Huahine, another beautiful island in French Polynesia. We anchored in the tranquil waters of Mare Bay, nestled between the two islands of Huahine Nui to the north and Huahine Iti to the south. These islands are only a few hundred meters apart and are connected by a sand spit during low tide. From the ship, we were taken by tender to a dock located in Meroe, a short bus ride outside the village of Fare, which is the main center for shopping and activities on the island. The tender ride lasts about 10 to 15 minutes, giving visitors a chance to soak in the stunning views of the island from the water. We booked an excursion today, so we made sure to get to the ocean bar early in order to secure a tender ticket on one of the first tenders out. While we were waiting, Karen spotted some movement in the water and was excited to see humpback whales. We observed at least 2 whales, a mother and her baby, feeding at the surface and blowing spouts of water. The mother had traveled over 4,000 miles from Antarctica to give birth in the warm waters of the South Pacific, where these whales are commonly seen from August to November. We watched in amazement as the 2 humpbacks played and fed in the bay until our tender number was called. It was a breathtaking experience that we'll never forget. As we stepped off the tender, a friendly local woman greeted us with a plumeria flower. Our dinner waiter Oki was also there, assisting at the beverage station.
Hi, Oki.
Nearby, vendors were selling colorful pareos and tropical shirts. While a duo entertained us with ukulele music. We also noticed various last-minute tours available for purchase. After we got through the welcoming committee, we noticed a covered bus stop where guests waited for the free bus to Fare, which was about a 30-minute ride away. This area was also filled with tour operators waiting for their passengers, making it quite crowded. Karen arranged our tour online, directly with Henry, the owner of Hine Ora Vai Island Tours, and was instructed to pay in US dollars when we arrived. We had the option of a half-day tour or a full-day tour which included lunch at Henry's house. We chose the full-day experience. Our first stop was at the Mare Anini, the ruins of an ancient sacred temple where Henry handed each of the ladies in our group a hei, a Tahitian crown of flowers made by his wife. Before leading us to the ruins, Henry took a moment to warn us about the intense spiritual energy we might feel upon reaching the temple.
You're feeling good. It's what Tahitian people say mana, what we call mana. It's the way of our ancestors to say welcome. We are here, we're still here, we are watching you, we are protecting you. It's all. So if you feel that energy, don't scare of it. Don't be scared. It's protective energy. It's a good energy. It's mean that you can feel the presence of our ancestors. They're still nearby us.
This temple, constructed out of coral stone in the late 18th century and restored in 1969, was a significant site for Polynesians, who used it for worship, ceremonies, and gatherings. At first glance, Mare Anini may appear to be just a pile of rocks, but it hides a dark history. It is believed it was once a sacred place where people were sacrificed as part of religious rituals. The last priest of this site, in 1818, claimed to remember at least 14 instances of human sacrifice taking place here. Today, Anini Beach is known for its amazing views and shallow turquoise waters. Back to the 4x4, Henry drove us to our next destination, La Passion de Pareo, an art studio known for its unique technique of painting pareos. We observed the artist Natalie as she demonstrated her unique method of painting pareos. She used tree gum to prevent the paint from running on the fabric, which was initially very stiff and unwashed before painting began. After Natalie finishes painting the design, she lays the pareos out in the sun. This step is crucial because the sunlight helps to permanently set the paint onto the fabric, making it ready to be sold. Once the pareo is washed, it becomes gauze-like, soft and flexible, a look Karen wasn't in love with. The intricate, labor-intensive process involved in creating these pareos made them much more expensive than ones we had seen in Bora Bora. We then drove to Belvedere Overlook. We were treated to a stunning view of the Zaandam anchored in the bay. The scenery was breathtaking, and it was the perfect spot to take some memorable photos. Henry shared that there had been a recent beautification project in the area. Local residents participated by planting flowers and cleaning up the surroundings. Our next stop on this adventure took us to see the famous blue-eyed eels of Huahine, which are giant eels known for their striking blue eyes. We parked alongside the road and followed a path that led us to a spot where both kids and adults were happily feeding these fascinating creatures. As Karen and I stood by the water, we watched the children play with the eels, splashing around and having fun. I was aware that these eels could grow up to 6 feet long, so I didn't feel the need to join them in the water. Instead, I handed my GoPro to one of Henry's guides, who was already in the stream. And he captured some underwater footage for me. The eels are considered sacred, believed to be gifts from the gods and thought to carry the souls of the island's ancestors. At first, both Karen and I found the eels a bit creepy, but witnessing them up close turned out to be an incredible experience. Next, we were driven to a location where we could see the ancient fish traps of Huahine. In this area, locals still practice a traditional fishing method where fish, driven by the current, swim into coral stone mazes and end up trapped in circular basins. It was fascinating to see this technique in action, as these stone fish traps have been used by Polynesians for over 400 years. We made a quick stop at a vanilla farm, but since we had just toured one in Taha'a, we decided to cut short the guided tour and instead explore the beautiful grounds. As we wandered, we took in the lush greenery and colorful flowers surrounding us. We even saw a cashew tree. Our last stop before lunch was the charming town of Huahine, where we dropped off those who hadn't signed up for the full-day tour. It seemed like a lot of cruise ship passengers took the free shuttle to explore the village, enjoying some shopping and lunch. Huahine's beach is one of the most stunning on the island, and many were swimming and relaxing in the water to escape the heat of the day. It began to rain shortly after we arrived, so we didn't stay long. Henry's wife and family were preparing lunch for us, and we didn't want to keep them waiting. Henry's wife greeted us warmly upon our arrival, offering cool towels and inviting us into their lovely home. A beautifully set dining table awaited us, but first, we were led to a charming table adorned with hibiscus flowers and ferns. As we mingled and waited for the others to arrive, Henry and his wife served us drinks, along with coconut chunks and breadfruit chips for snacking, every detail reflecting their thoughtfulness and hospitality. The cocktails were as tasty as they looked, exceeding all our expectations.
Here we say Manuya.
Manuya. Atus.
Manuya.
We were invited to gather for an impromptu cooking class, where we would be taught to make poisson cru. Translating to raw fish in French, poisson cru is the national dish of Tahiti and the islands of French Polynesia. This colorful dish is made using the freshest local ingredients, typically featuring raw tuna. The preparation begins with a generous pour of lime juice to marinate, cook, and flavor the fish. Followed by a sprinkle of salt, next, a varied mix of cucumbers, carrots, peppers, onions, and tomatoes is added. Culminating with coconut milk, freshly squeezed through a white dishcloth. Once everything was combined, our delicious poisson cru was plated in a seashell-shaped bowl and placed on the dining table. We were then invited to seat ourselves as our lunch was ready to begin. Karen and I sat down to an elegant multi-course meal that included chicken, ribs, grilled tuna, poisson cru, salads, and coconut bread, all served family style. We were offered local Hinano beer and non-alcoholic beverages as well. For dessert, we had cake and coconut ice cream served with coffee. We didn't think the atmosphere could be more perfect, but then Henry's cousins and nephew began playing traditional Tahitian music. Henry's wife brought out containers filled with gorgeous flowers, ready to teach us how to weave a traditional hei, or Tahitian flower crown. Earlier in the day, Karen had received a flower crown she crafted and was excited for the lesson. However, we had to cut our time short to catch the last tender back to the ship, missing out on the class. Before heading to the truck for a ride back to the dock, we snapped a selfie in Henry's backyard, capturing the stunning mountain view behind us. On the Hine Oravai Island Tour website, Henry expressed his goal: I seek only one thing, to touch the heart of my visitors so that Huahine leaves its mark in their memories. Thank you, Henry, for an amazing adventure and for opening your home to us. You made us feel like part of the family, and we truly appreciate it. The humpback whales that we saw this morning were there to say goodbye as the Zaandam sailed away from Huahine this evening. We only have 95 nautical miles to reach the island of Mare tomorrow by 7 a.m. See you next time. Cheers! Please be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell to keep up with our latest episodes. Get ready for the next episode as we head to Mare. Join us for an amazing adventure on an outrigger boat where we'll savor lunch on a secluded island, go snorkeling, take a cooking class, learn various ways to tie a pareo, and more!